So at Convocation, we have the pleasure of formally recognizing winners of very specific college-wide awards. And this afternoon, it's my pleasure to present an award titled the Aubrey Hagar Distinguished Teaching Award. I know, this one's important. It was established in 1988, and the Aubrey Hagar Distinguished Teaching Award is actually named in honor of a very respected teacher, mentor, and innovator who fostered the pursuit of excellence in teaching and learning. A member of the college's founding board of governors, he went on to provide leadership to the college for more than 20 years in roles that included Director of Academic and College Planning, as well as Director of Strategic Planning. In spring of 2024, the Aubrey Hagar Distinguished Teaching Award goes to Kyle Christie of the School of Creative Industries. Many of you know Professor Christie, but let me tell you a little bit about him for those who have not had the pleasure of being one of his students. Kyle began his career at Conestoga College in 2011 and currently serves as the professor and program coordinator for the Broadcast Performance and Digital Media program. Now, he worked on the design of the program and has played a major role in creating and updating courses and programs within the School of Creative Industries. More recently, he designed a new graduate certificate, and you're all coming back for this one, called Advanced Video Content Creation, which will launch this fall. He sets a very high standard for his students, and the courses he teaches are sought after due to his mentorship and approachability. He draws upon his vast industry knowledge as an award-winning journalist for national media outlets to train job-ready students who are confident and prepared to make an immediate impact. But he's also a mentor and a leader among colleagues at the college, and he has assisted to attract top teaching talent through his networking and ensures an atmosphere of collaboration and continual learning. His passion for sharing knowledge and experience and strong interpersonal relationships make him truly a worthy recipient of Conestoga's highest honor for teaching excellence. And so it's my pleasure now, Kyle, to ask you to please come forward to accept this award.
Thank you, everyone. I feel like Simba. That was like unreal. This whole experience has been very unreal. When I was told that I would be receiving this award, I really couldn't believe it, and not in that cliche way of, oh, I can't believe it. I actually could not believe it. I thought there had been some kind of a mistake and that I didn't deserve it. I am married to a life coach, and I was on chapter 4 of a book called Worthy. And I still thought there had been some kind of a mistake. I'm aware of my resume. I know the student successes that I've been seeing over the years, the late nights, but I still found this hard to believe. To the point that I went to the website and looked at the criteria, which I was already aware of, but I looked at the criteria to make sure I was actually deserving of this award. And I looked at the first point and the second point, and then I really closed my laptop and I thought to myself, if I have students and other faculty members who are believing in me, why was I not believing in myself? And what I noticed throughout the rest of that day and the weeks after that was I had this renewed sense of purpose for the job. I felt like I was suddenly more patient with my students. I was spending more time with them. I had this new energy. And that was a reminder to me that when people believe in us, we rise to that level and we start to believe in ourselves. And that made me think of some of the amazing student success stories over the years, where our students who we believed in, more importantly, believed in themselves and made it to a new level. I thought of Natalie McAvora, who was in our program and was obsessed with popular culture. She was determined to work in the entertainment industry. I learned so much about Riverdale and The Bachelorette that year, but this was her area of focus. So imagine our excitement when last year, during the Academy Awards, while scrolling through Instagram, who do we see on the red carpet? Natalie McAvora, working for an entertainment news program. From 8 a.m. Friday morning classes in the basement of Dune to the red carpet on Hollywood's biggest night. Yeah, let's clap for Natalie. We knew she would get there, but she also knew she believed in herself and she took the steps to get there. And I started to think about some of our international student success stories. I think we have a couple of international students here today. Look, we've been in the news lately with stories about our international students, but I want to tell you about a story you likely didn't see. The story of Fakhruddin Ahmed. He was in my program a couple of years ago. From Sudan, he was working as a political analyst for the BBC in Egypt. One day, while on air, he criticized the military council in Sudan. Later that night, his brother phoned and said, "You can't come home." A militia group had been to the house, ransacked the house, looked through all of his things, and said if they found him, they would end his life. He immediately fled the country, eventually making his way here to Canada. We spoke over Zoom. I remember he was wearing a mask. He was on the TTC. He told me his story and said, "I want to be a journalist. I want to learn how to shoot and edit video, and I want to continue on this path." He made it through the program. He graduated, and when you go home tonight, if you turn on Omni News in Toronto, guess who you will see anchoring the news? Fakhruddin Ahmed, anchoring the news in the #1 media market in this country, #4 in North America, only second to New York, Chicago, and LA. These are some of the Conestoga stories I like to share. Stories of students who felt supported, knew that we believed in them, and they believed in their own abilities to succeed. I urge each of you, graduates here today, to share your Conestoga story, or the story of someone you met along the way. I worked in a newsroom for over 15 years. I know how easy it is to talk about what's wrong, but man, what a difference it makes when we talk about what's right. As I wrap, a couple of thank yous. First, to Sheena Snively, who nominated me for this award. Sheena, I'm glad you're here today. Sheena, you are amazing. Sheena wrote a very long essay about me to nominate me. Her husband proofread it and said, "Are you in love with this guy?" Well, Sheena, we all love you. We are so lucky to have you. And this is my Academy Award, Sheena. Thank you very much. The highest honor I will ever receive in my professional career. Thank you. President Tibbetts, when he hired me over a decade ago, he said, "Look, we're going to pay you $1 million. And maybe that's true, but there are more millionaires in the world than there are recipients of this award. So I thank President Tibbetts for your trust in me. And to my family, who I can't look at, I come from a family of educators, really, really good ones. Many of them are here right now. Some are watching online and watching from above. Thank you for teaching me that the best kind of leader I can be is one who leads from a place of compassion and empathy. Because although my wonderful students over here are not going to remember everything I teach them, I know they're always going to remember how I make them feel. And to our graduates today, Thank you for making us part of your journey, part of your Conestoga story. There's no need to check the criteria to see if you deserved to be here. You do. We believe in you. Now you just have to believe in yourself. Thank you so much.